ESPN's coverage of U.S. soccer is presented by Volkswagen. As we welcome you back to a loud Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. Alongside Julie Foudy, I'm Sebastian Salazar, Alexandra Popp, and Becky Sauerbrunn, the two captains, getting ready to start the proceedings here in New Jersey. This is the second time in the last couple days that these two teams will meet. As we just told you, the United States falling to Germany in Fort Lauderdale on Thursday. Julie, a game that never really got started on the right foot for the U.S.
Yeah, but when they actually had their looks in the first half, and they had a lot. This one, Mallory Pugh, early on, look, she can go straight to goal. Instead, she opts to try and pass it across. And this was the case all first half for the United States. They had to be more ruthless. And if this is the one lesson they learn, this is it. Unselfish play against a team like Germany does not work. You have to go for the jugular. And then, of course, in the 89th minute, no one gets on the ball to slow the restart. Oberto for the quick restart. Alana Cook takes the wrong angle. Yuli Braun easily around her. Crystal Dunn completely caught ball watching. Doesn't even see Kroon Beagle on the backside. And there is the game winner. And that was a dagger the United States is not going to forget.
Alex Morgan in the starting lineup. About to become the 13th player to earn her 200th international cap for the United States. The second this year. Becky Sauerbrunn did it earlier in 2022. Vlatko Andonovski, the man in charge of this U.S. team. He's been in charge since 2019. Hoping to avoid some unfortunate history, as this U.S. side has never in program history lost 4 straight. But after Thursday's defeat against Germany and the losses in the prior international window against England and Spain, that's the reality for this U.S. team, as we were underway in the final game of 2022. Germany, white tops going right to left across your screen. Sophia Kleinhörner launches the attack with Jule Brand.
When I spoke to Martina Voss-Tecklenburg, the German coach, yesterday, I said, are you aware that the U.S. is sitting on possibly their 4th straight loss, and the U.S. has never won 4 straight? This was on a Zoom call. The biggest grin I've ever seen come out of her. I was like, I guess you are aware. She says, yes, we are aware.
Much like Andonovski, Voss-Tecklenburg has been in charge of Germany since 2019. She'll have plenty of history against the United States, having played in 3 World Cups for Germany. Chance here for the Germans. Brand into the box, but it'll be Alyson Eyre off her line to collect. There is the aforementioned Martina Voss-Tecklenburg, over 125 caps for Germany throughout her playing career in the 80s and 90s. Managed the Swiss national team as well from 2012 to 2018. Johann Nusken back to Ann-Katrin Berger. Chelsea goalie, Catherine Hendrick. 3 of the 4 players in this back line for Germany play for Eintracht Frankfurt. 6 of the starting 11 play for Wolfsburg.
5 of the front 6 for Germany, for Wolfsburg as well. Dahlmann, the lone of that front 6, plays at Bayern Munich, where she has 4 goals, 3 assists, having a great season for them.
Andy Sullivan under pressure all the way back for Nair. Naomi Girma, NWSL Rookie and Defender of the Year for San Diego Wave. Also a pick for the NWSL Best 11. 22-year-old making get his first starting job in defense. Brand towards the middle of the field. Good hold-up play from Popp. She's found Dahlmann. Linda Dahlmann into the area. Dahlmann onto her right. Good defense from Girma. U.S. still unable to clear. Class from Lena Oberdorf. Germans still on the ball. Anyomi, her 15th cap. Beautiful switch for Brand. Jule Brand, one-on-one with Rose Lavelle. Huerta under pressure, knocks it out of bounds for a throw-in. Germany on the front foot early, just 4 minutes in here in New Jersey.
U.S. scrambling to get any type of rhythm and possession. And this is the thing you've always known about Germany. Always so organized, defensively, offensively, almost robotically so. You knew they were fit. You knew they were strong. The things they've added, and you saw this summer in the Euro, Sebi, pace and creativity. This is as creative a German team as I've ever seen. And those midfield three tonight that you're seeing in there, in Latva, Dahlmann, and Oberdorf, so good creatively and on the ball.
Girma knocks it down out for Sophia Smith. The NWSL MVP fires it ahead. Instead cut out by the German back line. Kleinherner. Looks like Jule Brand took a shot. Had a chance to talk to Vlatko Andonovski last night. Interesting to hear, I think this is the right word, kind of his optimism, not over the result from Thursday, but the performance.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's how he always operates, and he knows it's a transition time for this team with the younger players. But we did ask him also, you know, the pressure right now. There's been no team, as you mentioned, Sebi, that has ever lost 4 in a row, and 3 in a row last time, as we mentioned top of the show, 1993. And he feels that pressure. He says, I knew that pressure day one of this job. There's nothing new about that pressure, but there is an added dimension for sure, because when you have ex-players questioning the mentality of the team, as Carly Lloyd and Heather O'Reilly did, and you have a lot of critics that want to say, hey, this isn't good enough, there's pressure you're feeling each and every day.
Smith and Sullivan combining for the double team there. It'll still be Germany ball here in the 7th minute. Of course, this streak goes back to the last international window where the United States lost against England and Spain. I think also it's worth noting, Julian, talking to Vlatko last night, for those who are not inside that camp, it's impossible to understand the tension that was around the team last month after the Sally Yates report dropped just before that international window.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot in that Spain game, just the mental toll of that few weeks for sure still weighing on the players. And they're not going to want to use that as an excuse for these last 3, but that fact still remains.
Germany attacking down the right flank. Passing behind Girma with a desperate touch. And she may have just saved the day. Pop was lurking.
And this is going to be a matchup that is just going to be so much fun to watch all night. Because Pop would love to get in these little slant phases. And you see Sofia Huerta get an arm on her. Slows her down a little bit. Lucky that the referee didn't see much of that.
Oberdorf with time to operate. Girma and Brand in a foot race. Girma wins out. Lavelle in a pocket. Through ball from Rose Lavelle. Mallory Pugh off to the races. Heads up play from Berger, who quickly off her line. Smith doing the defensive work, and she's won possession for the United States. No. Marianela Cruz, our referee from Costa Rica, signals it'll be German ball.
You mentioned, Sebastian, 3 of the back 4 for Germany from Eintracht Frankfurt. They're also all under 22 years old. Kleinherner there on the left side, 22. Anyomi on the right, also 22. And Nuskin, center back, 21. Young team as well for Germany. Oberdorf on the ball, 20.
Fox under pressure. Nair quickly away into the stands. Germany 9 minutes in. Look much closer to an opener than the Americans. Anyomi pressured by Morgan.
A similar rhythm actually to that Thursday game. Germany having much of the play early on in the first half, and the U.S. making that turn, yet to make it in terms of getting a hold of the ball and getting some momentum on their side. The question mark remains what they can do with it if they are to get those chances. That was the one thing you heard over and over from every American player after that last game. Got to be more clinical, got to finish our chances, got to pay attention to the details.
USA #1 in the latest FIFA rankings, Germany #3. Germans the highest ranked opponent the US have faced this year. Brand off to the races, falls for Dahlmann. Slowed down, but only for a moment. Well done from Rose Lavelle. Turns defense into offense. Dragged down from behind and asking Cruz to consider a caution. It'll be just a warning for Kleinherner.
And well done by Andy Sullivan before Rose Lavelle to slow the play a little bit. There's the drag down.
Lindsey Horan finally getting some touches on the ball, wearing the number 10. Berger, just outside her box, smashes it deep into the American end. U.S. starting to come to life here, 12 minutes in. U.S. and Germany, two of the all-time powers in women's football. They've combined for 11 of the 15 world championships in women's soccer history. They combined 6 World Cups and 5 Olympic golds between these two programs.
Should we break it down even further?
In terms of who has what?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's be clear about that.
Okay. 4 World Cups for the U.S., 2 for Germany,
right.
4 Olympic golds.
Thank you.
And just 1 for the Germans.
Okay, just wanted to be clear. We were there. Yes, but for sure, the 2 best teams historically in the women's game. So fun to see them going at it. Getting the chance twice here in the U.S.
Anyomi right down the middle. Girma again. Another big play from Naomi Girma in defense. Just her 10th appearance with the senior national team, but Girma playing like a veteran. Kleinherner into the middle.
And just to give you a sense of how Germany plays, Kleinherner, the one in the box on the end of that at her end line, is the left back for Germany.
And a reminder, ESPN's coverage of U.S. soccer is presented by the all-electric Volkswagen ID.4. Germany beating the United States on Thursday. That the First home loss for the U.S. since July of 2017 against Australia. Girma goes direct for Lavelle. Class touch from Rose to keep it in.
Germany playing a high line. Rose trying to get in from that midfield seam, having some success. Horan missed earlier. A step off. But it's going to be interesting if the U.S. can exploit that with their pace up front.
Huerta clattered into, no call. Rose Lavelle coming off a Shield winning season with OL Reign in the National Women's Soccer League. Good season for her, 5 goals and an assist. Smith. Turnover could lead to something here for the United States. There goes Pugh. Pugh past 1. Pugh past 2. And the second German defender, Kleinherne, chops her down and goes in the book. Mallory Pugh in the 15th minute, earning a dangerous set piece for the Americans.
And a really good defensive play that started it again from Andi Sullivan positionally. She comes over because Sofia Huerta had gotten forward. Allows Mal Pugh to do what she does best, and that's run at players.
Only 7 shots on goal for the U.S. in their last 3 games. As we've mentioned, all losses. Could set pieces be the key to reigniting this American attack? 6 U.S. players in the penalty area, plus Emily Fox lurking just outside, Sofia Huerta as well. It'll be Pugh to offer the service. Pugh to the near post. Bugger bats away. Girma over the top. Horan in behind. Still Lindsey Horan. Speedy recovery from Anyomi there to bail the Germans out of trouble. Lavelle. Horan. Another big play from Anyomi. Now Germany under pressure. Pop wide for Brand. Shot sizzles wide, no problem there for Lissonaire.
Here's the last look as Germany's clearing out, and this is a theme you're seeing a lot. Lindsey Horan on the opposite side getting forward. Could have possibly been in an offside position. Wasn't called, however, and that first touch just let her down a little bit. Good ball in by Girma, who's having a good game, and that center back position is one that still remains as a question mark as well.
Latvein sprays it wide. Sven Yahut. Chance at the near post, it's in! The Germans have taken the lead. Jule Brand from the penalty spot. And the United States are down again.
Jule Brand on that far side, looking to get in, and she doesn't get a first bite at it. wide open, sitting at the penalty spot. It bounces to her fortuitously, and it's unlucky for the United States a bit, but Braun making no mistake about it, going to put that one away. No one able to be on top. And Jule Braun, the 20-year-old, putting Germany up 1-0.
Her 6th international goal in her 27th cap. The Wolfsburg attacker has Germany in front and has the United States looking at a first ever 4-game losing streak. Still plenty of time to go here in New Jersey as Huerta gets smashed to the ground by Brand.
And these are the moments when you play these tough teams that you honestly want. You want these moments to happen so that these young players can now fight through this. How are they going to respond? What is going to be the mentality coming out of this? What's the confidence? And you only learn these moments by playing the best in the world. We talked to Vlatko Adanovsky, as we talked about last night, and he said, look, we could have played Denmark. We could have played the middle tier of Europe and had some, good games, but wins. We decided we didn't want to do that. We wanted to play the top teams, and I commend them for doing that.
Germany on the counter. Fox wins a foot race with Hood.
Because guess what? The rest of their schedule has not been top teams, as we know. Uzbekistan. I mean, you go down that list of teams they were playing and you go, wait a second, this isn't going to work. You're not going to grow anything out of these games. No disrespect. But these are the moments where you grow. And this is the time when you grow. As frustrating as that may be.
Now, what did Vlatko tell us last night? It's why you play these games now. So you find out now and not at the World Cup. 21st minute corner kick coming for Germany. Looking to double their lead. U.S. struggling to clear. Sullivan took a shot to the head. And the U.S. midfielder down in her own area.
Here is the collision.
Andy Sullivan, the player on the ground, plays for the Washington Spirit, led them to an NWSL title in 2021, the Virginia native. 26-year-old has become a big part of this U.S. team this year in midfield, operating well along with Lindsey Horan and Rose Lavelle. Talked about the difficulty, Julie, of this schedule, and specifically this German team. Vlatko Adanovsky telling us he felt like not England, not Spain, this Germany is actually the best team the U.S. have faced so far in 2022.
I think his quote was actually hands down the best team they've faced. And you could argue, had Germany had Pop in the final against England in the Euro final, remember, she pulls up in warm-ups with a muscle injury. 6 goals, was co-leading the tournament at the time. I mean, basically put all of Germany on her shoulders and took them through that European Championship, which she was fantastic. And then they also lost Bull to COVID right before that final. So missing those two in the final, I think you could argue that that could have been a team that would have beaten England. But yeah, you're playing clearly 3 teams in England, Spain, and Germany that are going to be the favorites at this next World Cup. And putting them back to back to back to back is bold. Jen Cooper sent me a text last night saying that hasn't been done before. You have to go all the way back to 2012, where you had 4 games against top 10 teams that weren't in a World Cup or an Olympics, or not some of them at home. So this was a good run for the United States. They knew there was this potential to possibly lose 4. I don't think they suspected that would happen. But boy, nothing wakes a team up than setting a historical record you don't want to set on this very proud U.S. women's national team. And there's still a lot of minutes in this game, and I suspect there's going to be a lot of fight from this group.
Good sign there as we see Andy Sullivan leaving the field under her own power and laughing. So always a good sign, especially when you got a bloody nose, as appears to be the
always
case.
Laughing.
Key player Andi Sullivan for this U.S. team. They've been looking for the answer there ever since Julie Ertz got injured and then pregnant. So the U.S. will play with 10 as Sullivan makes her way back over to the American bench. Looks like she will be able to continue. U.S. medical staff rushing to get Sullivan back on the field. In the meantime, Germany right now with a dangerous set piece and a one-woman advantage. 25th minute. Huth and Dahlmann. It's Dahlmann. Well-driven ball. Morgan the header. Lavelle deep in her own end. Last touch for Smith, who's double-teamed. Eula Brand. And past Lavelle. And will earn the free kick.
And this is where Germany is just so good. The numbers they put around the ball and so quickly. Every phase of the game, whether it's high pressing, mid block, low block, one of the things Andonovski talked about is their attention to detail.
Alyssa Nair, 86th cap. Getting the defense set in front of her. Huth and Dahlmann. Looks like it'll be Dahlmann to serve. To the back post, Morgan wins the header again. Only as far as Anyomi. Dahlmann. Kleinherner. Good win from Sophia Smith. Game starting to open up. Pugh one-on-one. Pugh one-on-one. Meep, there she goes. Mallory Pugh into the area. Anyomi there with a perfectly timed double team as the Germans break up the U.S. attack.
Here's the defense on one side, the ball out by Rose Lavelle, and then again it's Mal Pugh faced up 1v1 against Hendrick, who has some pace as well. Mal Pugh having some success getting around her, just couldn't quite get around the corner, and no players running with her. Anyomi there is the cover. Did well to help Hendrick out.
You saw Mallory Pugh was slow to get up there behind the play. A German player receiving treatment as well. In a physical encounter so far. Nina Oberdorf holding her left shoulder. So the Germans will be then reduced to 10 momentarily. Let's see if the U.S. can take advantage. 28th minute. Huerta to put it in play. Morgan back to goal, bodied off the ball. Emily Fox, look at that speed. Horan, time to pick out a target. She's done just that for Pugh. Pugh, quick ball across.
Good response by the United States, and in particular Mal Pugh on both sides. Now before from the right, now from the left, tiptoeing across that line. Not sure if she was trying to cross that or shoot that.
Germany trying to build out of the back under high pressure from the United States. Kleinherner turns it over. Huerta gives it right back. Popp operating out of midfield. She loses out. Sullivan sprays wide for Fox. A couple of Northern Virginia natives hooking up. Horan out wide, one-on-one with Anyomi. Horan wins the corner kick.
Better patience by the United States. We've seen them in these last 3 games lose patience in the final third, and the final product suffers because of it.
Looks like Oberdorf is heading down the tunnel. Key part of this German midfielder. Corner kick. Berger swats at it into the corner. Sauerbrunn. Sophia Smith into the area. Smith across. Anyomi slips Morgan right there. Klein-Herne away. Only as far as Germa. U.S. still on the front foot as we hit the half-hour mark. Germany hold the lead thanks to an 18th minute goal from Jule Brand. Horan open, Germa's found her. Horan and Anyomi again. This time the German defender wins out. Fox for Horan. Had Pugh bolting through, but the German back line holds strong. Pinball in midfield between these two sides. Neither team wants to grab possession. Germany on it finally.
Germany's still a player down with Oberdorf going off the field as they check her out. Popp has, pun intended, popped into midfield for her.
Jule Brand running the attack for Germany. Klein-Herne fires wide, no one there. Germany are preparing a sub. Looks like it'll be Chantal Hegel who will come on to replace Oberdorf. Latvain, her pass picked off. Anyomi having a banner day at right back for Germany. Just her 16th cap. But so far, locking down the left side of the American attack. U.S. down a goal, having lost 3 straight games for the first time since 1993. If you're just joining us, this U.S. team has never, ever lost 4 games in a row.
And there is Hegel for Oberdorf. I thought when Hegel came in on Thursday, she made an immediate impact. We'll see if she has the same presence. But what a loss to lose number 6, Lena Oberdorf. If you're Germany, she is their destroyer in midfield, tackling, sliding, playmaking. We'll see if the U.S. starts to put on a little bit more of a high press. Had some success when they did that on Thursday night.
Sullivan fighting through the referee to win that ball. And a reminder, ESPN FC is coming your way on the opening night of the World Cup. The FC crew will react to Qatar, Ecuador, a World Cup opener. Look ahead to the United States against Wales the next day and give you a full tournament preview. That's next Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Men's World Cup, of course, just a couple weeks from getting underway in Qatar. Meanwhile, for the women, it'll be next summer, July, in Australia and New Zealand. U.S. group, Netherlands, Vietnam, and a team to be determined. Be either Cameroon, Thailand, or Portugal. Germany in a group with Morocco, Colombia, and South Korea.
And you look at the patience of this German team and their ability to ping it and knock it and make the United States chase. It's everything that's lacking in the U.S. game right now.
Latbang on her left, shot. Might have taken a deflection, no, says the referee. It'll be a goal kick. But again, the Germans very close to a second with just 10 minutes to go in the first half.
I mean, that's a good sequence of maybe 20, 30 passes before it ends on Latvain's foot, and with her left almost slides it in. And that's the patience that's lacking with this U.S. team, because when you have that, all of a sudden the seams start to open up and you're able to get players forward and you're able to get numbers around the ball. And for the U.S., everything breaking down after 3, 4 passes. Just not technically good enough either.
Vlatko Andonovski wanted this team to be challenged. The schedule certainly challenging. In fact, Julie, if you go back, the United States, 1 win, 5 losses, and 1 draw in their last 7 games against current FIFA top 10 teams.
Yeah, when you say that again. 1 win,
5 losses, 1 draw in their last 7 against
games.
top 10 teams. That is not the type of statistics we've been accustomed to from this U.S. squad. Lavelle with Pugh on the overlap. Lavelle keeps it herself. Now Huerta. Ball to the back post. Horan leaping header. Falls for Sophia Smith. Back across. Lavelle on her right. That shot will not trouble Berger. The U.S. still seeking their breakthrough in the 37th minute.
Wasn't on her favored left foot if you're Rose Lavelle. Almost getting something on that Lindsey Horan. Sophia Smith trying to find Malpew. It falls, but it falls to Rose Lavelle's right foot.
Turnover here. Can the United States take advantage? Pugh quickly across. Falls for Sullivan. Long touch. That'll sail over the crossbar. Fourth straight game, Julie, where the United States has given up the first goal. And how about this? 38 minutes into this game, Julie, the U.S. still without a shot on goal.
You said it earlier, 7 total shots on goal, and the 3 losses combined for the U.S. And it's not surprising, they just haven't been able to get any offensive rhythm. Credit Germany's defense, but also I think part of the problem with the U.S. is they can have some success, but then they get into the final third, and when those numbers ramp and the pressure ramps up, that final pass not on yet.
Sauerbrunn driving at the Germans. Heavy touch. She's got it again. Smith, the switch for Pugh. Pugh keeps it in. Only momentarily. Throw-in coming for Germany, but the Germans will be trapped deep in their own end. U.S. setting up a press. Five American players surrounding Kleinherner. Sullivan and Pop battling. Pop called for the foul.
Good battle again by Andi Sullivan in that midfield. But these are the situations, and here is another look at it. Honestly, didn't see much there from Pop in that battle to be called for that. But these are the situations the United States will be killing for. You've got Horan in there in the air, who's good. Sullivan in the air, who's good. Sauerbrunn on the back post.
Pugh to cross. Berger, comfortable catch. Sullivan clogging up another passing lane. The U.S. back on the ball, 41st minute. And they find an equalizer before the half. Sullivan turning in space. Morgan. Girma chops it ahead. Kleinherner intercepts. Horan thought she won it clean. Not so fast, says Marianela Cruz, Costa Rican referee.
You saw Alex Morgan put a little bit of pressure on the ball for Germany's back line, and immediately they cough it up. I think U.S. could afford to play that high press more. Rose Lavelle popping in out of midfield. There it is again. I mean, that's where you find the tendencies for errors on this German team, from that back line.
Good time to remind folks here, Julie, this is a historic broadcast on a lot of fronts. It'll be the final U.S. soccer broadcast on ESPN for the time being. Talk about that a little bit more at halftime as we bid adieu to the U.S. men's and women's national teams.
Yeah, over 25 years of games, and we'll hit some of those at halftime, but
games, tournaments, trophies, moments.
a lot of amazing moments.
Latko Ananovsky hoping his team can conjure up an amazing moment. It's what's left of this first half here at Red Bull Arena. Lavelle over the top. Sophia Smith still on it. Catherine Hendrick, center back for Germany, on the ground. Sophia Smith, 15 goals, 3 assists this season for the Portland Thorns, the NWSL champion Portland Thorns.
Winning that battle in midfield, quick transition, Rose not even looking. First touch by Sophia Smith. Slows her down a little bit. Hendrick there for the cover with Anyomi. Just not getting that separation they're accustomed to getting.
What a turn from Huerta. Sullivan's pass picked off. Svenja Huth. Still Huth. Huth's shot blocked away by Girma. Getting chippy out there, huh, Julie? Doesn't feel like a friendly. Again, 8 months till the World Cup for both of these teams, and both sides will be thinking they can win the tournament next summer in Australia and New Zealand. '45th minute. Should expect quite a bit of stoppage time. We had a few injuries in that first half. Hager to Brand. Sullivan again there to cut it out. Jule Brand, class.
And Jule Brand, class on both sides of the ball. I mean, that's a player. We've seen what she can do offensively. She puts in a shift defensively all over the place. That matchup with Sofia Huerta is a great one, because Huerta, as we know, loves to get forward.
Girma goes direct. Huerta. Smith. Triple team. Still Sofia. Now Pugh. A forest of German defenders. Blocking the U.S. path. Huerta delivers to the near post. Morgan! On her 200th cap, what a moment that would have been.
And another good look by Huerta in. Morgan just slicing that ball, bouncing, trying to get it on the half volley, just doesn't quite hit it right. These are hard to take as they're coming up on you. Snatched at it a little late.
Huth racing back to defend. Sauerbrunn. Fox in trouble, turns it over on the far side. Germany to take over in first half stoppage time. Fox has gotten a lot of run at left back this year. Position usually reserved for Crystal Dunn. Dunn, of course, giving birth earlier in 2022. Still finding time to work her way back in, not just with the national team, but with her club side as well. Pugh turns.
Not seeing much there at all.
Offside flag up on the near sideline. I think they got Pugh checking back from an offside position. Crowd doesn't like it. Good crowd here at Red Bull Arena. Temperatures in the 40s for those of us from California.
Anything under 50, forget it.
Julie's got about 8 layers on up here in the booth.
I swear I put in my contract there was a heater that was supposed to be up here.
Jule Brand with the only goal so far here tonight, and came the 18th minute. And right now it has Germany on top 1-0. Nice work here from the Americans. Pugh ahead for Morgan. Offside flag stays down for now. Morgan whipped across. Just knocked away at the near post.
All encouraging signs for the United States, getting around the corner. Still missing that last piece of the puzzle, but these are things that they'll take in at halftime, trying to get to that near post.
Ooh.
With Sophia Smith making that run.
6 players in the area for the United States. Ball driven to the near post. Sullivan flicks it on Lavelle on her left. Exactly what you wanted, but Lavelle shot well off the mark.
Another look at that last play coming up on Lavelle. Never quite got over it.
And that'll do it for the first half from Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. Germany leads the United States 1-0. We'll be back with plenty more in just a moment. Stay with us. U.S. trailing Germany 1-0 through 45 minutes at Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. Alongside Julie Foudy, I'm Sebastian Salazar. As we mentioned, Julie, the U.S. on the verge of what would be a historic and unprecedented 4-game losing streak. What do they got to do over the next 45 minutes to avoid that?
I think they got to have more of the ball, more patience, deal with the German press a bit better. Right now, anytime there's any type of pressure on a U.S. player from Germany, it's too easy to lose and dispossess.
Germany making a couple changes here at the half. Lina Magull will come on in midfield wearing the number 20. They'll also make a change in goal. Almut Schult wearing the number 12 will come on in place of Ann-Katrin Berger.
Schult left Wolfsburg, came to Angel City, only got 1 game because Didi Hericic was playing so well for Angel City. Now at Wolfsburg, Frums, who played all of Thursday's game for Germany. 3 really good goalkeepers for Germany they're looking at.
Sullivan in behind for Alex Morgan. Morgan and Anyomi in a one-on-one battle. The young German defender makes the play. 200th international appearance tonight for Alex Morgan. 119 goals to her name at the international level. Sullivan. Pass in for Morgan. Touched away by Hager, and it'll be a corner kick for the United States. No shots on goal for the Americans in the first half. Pugh to the near sideline. Pugh right into the area, and Schult confident with her first touch.
Strong first touch by Schult. Hard to come off the bench like that. And it's a bit dewy here tonight. We've seen some of the slips. Nair on the goal, slipping on her own inline there.
Last game of the year for the U.S. women's national team. Magull just into the game. Bayern Munich midfielder. Hager. Jule Brand, the goal scorer, turning towards the middle.
We've often talked of the depth of the United States team, but I'd be remiss if you didn't talk about the depth of this German team. Magull coming off the bench for them, and you look across the line, Lottwein, Dahlmann, Pop has played in midfield.
Not to mention, Julie, some of the other players not here for Germany. Julia Gwynn, Marina Hegering, Sarah Dabritz, Lea Schuler, Jennifer Marozan, who hasn't been a part of this team for quite some time through injury, but an amazing player in her own right.
Wasmuth as well, Lea Schuler. I don't know if you said her already.
Girma sweeps it away. To be fair, the U.S. not at full strength either. Wow, what a battle. Pugh and Anyomi. Hoot past Morgan. Hoot still driving. Brand. Well done from Becky Sauerbrunn. Pop. Long distance effort. Nair was ready for it. ESPN's coverage of U.S. soccer is presented by the all-electric Volkswagen ID.4. What a turn from Smith. She gone with Pugh up ahead. Morgan as well. Morgan's on it. Back for Sophia Smith. Smith with space. Couldn't find Pugh. Good recovery from the German defense. Germany now in transition.
Well done by Girma. Saw Julie Brand in that position before. Beat Cook in the goal for the 89th minute. She's got some pace on her, Brand.
Svenja Hoot, plenty of time to serve. She just does that. Sauerbrunn heads away. Tons of space here for Sophia Smith. The newly minted NWSL MVP roaring down on the German defense, and she has help. Pugh on the overlap. Pugh! Shot block, falls for Haran. Sofia Huerta, well-driven ball. And the final touch just missed by the Americans. Knocking on the door in the 51st minute.
So many good things that happen on that sequence. But again, it's that final touch, that final pass that eludes the United States. Huerta with that dangerous ball. 3 different players had a bite at it. Just a little bit too much out of reach.
Game really starting to open up. Pop. Well done from Alyssa Nair. Valiantly off her line, beats Dahlman to it. Germany starting to boss the ball. Sauerbrunn for Lavelle. Julie, we mentioned this was not quite a full-strength German side. U.S. missing some key pieces as well. Sam Mewis, Katarina Macario, Kelly O'Hara, Abby Dahlkemper, Tierna Davidson, just to name a few. There's also that generation of players, Julie Ertz, Kristen Press, not too far removed from this team. Haran, forced backwards, no call. Germany with a 2-on-1. Nagul, no, what a stop! The American goalie comes up huge! U.S. still in it. And then we go. Haran ahead for Pugh. The Colorado connection. Pugh 1-on-1. Anyomi again. What a night for the German 25. beautiful pass from Fox. Horan into the box. Horan still. Lavelle, can she get it on her left? Huerta. And look at who's in there doing the defensive work. Alexandra Popp.
What a big moment for Alyssa Nair. 2v1 on Girma, knowing Nair had to come up huge.
Smith! And just like that, the Americans strike back! MVP!
You go from the Nair save on one side in this second half to the U.S. No one steps to Smith. She finds a little space, gets it back. Poor defending by Germany for really the first time tonight. Misplayed, didn't clear it, and Sophia Smith says, thank you very much, I'll finish that one myself. And you knew, of all players, sitting on 10, that was her 11th goal in just this calendar year, leading the entire team. And it only seems fitting, as you mentioned, Sebi, the MVP of NWSL, the MVP of the NWSL final game, and of course, a national title to go with it.
Her 12th international goal in her 27th international appearance. Big moment for Sophia Smith, big moment for this U.S. team.
Could have been sitting at 2-0 in the hole. Literally 20 seconds earlier.
Alyssa Nair with a huge one-on-one stop against Lena Magull. Here's Magull again. Anyomi, one-time ball in! And Popp did not miss getting a touch on that by very much. Still 1-1 in the 56th minute.
And here is that save by Nair. The pickup. Magull with a good first touch. Takes her a little bit wide and a little bit heavy, but Nair quickly off her line to shut that down.
Sullivan wins the ball, goes direct. Pugh in. Still Mallory Pugh. Still Mallory Pugh. Yes! The U.S. are ahead!
Germany originally, but Sullivan picks up that second ball, and then it's Malpugh and Yomi hesitant to clear that. And what a good finish that is. Just picked her pocket, doesn't see her on her back shoulder. And then it's Malpugh, and Malpugh in this situation shoots coming off her line. But what a response by the United States.
Pugh's 25th goal in her 82nd international appearance in the United States are up 2-1. Back come Germany. Brilliant touch from Emily Fox to guide the ball out of bounds for a corner kick. This game just came to life, huh?
Came alive, and in really the two times in this game that we've seen some hesitancy on that German defense. Sophia Smith on that first goal. Nu Skin a little bit hesitant, doesn't play the ball. Anyomi there with Malpugh.
U.S. goals coming just 2 minutes apart. Smith in the 54th, Pugh in the 56th. What a year Mallory Pugh is having. That's her 7th goal this year for the U.S. women's national team, to go along with 7 assists. Forget about what she did in the NWSL. 11 goals and 6 assists for the Chicago Red Stars. Again, this is a player who was left off the last Olympic roster. U.S. starting to win the physical battles now in midfield. Lavelle wanted Smith. Just cut out. Anyomi. Dahlman on her left. Shot takes a deflection. Jule Brand, the German goal scorer, one-on-one with Sophia Smith. Not today. Lavelle forcing back, a little too forceful. Free kick coming up for Germany in the 60th minute. Number 1 in the world versus number 3. U.S. atop the latest FIFA rankings, despite the fact that right now, team is mired in a 3-game losing streak. What an accomplishment it would be to snap it against this German side. Runners-up at this summer's European Championships. According to Vlatko Andonovski last night, it's the best team he's seen in all of 2022. Magul to serve. Dangerous ball. Nair stays in. Wisely lets it slide past the far post.
Good understanding of where she was and where her post was, because this one had a bend on it. Nair knowing I've got that post covered. And as you said, Sebi, Germany and the U.S., the only 2 teams who have ever held since FIFA started keeping track of rankings the number 1 spot in the world.
Morgan applies pressure. Has she won the throw-in? Yes. Great work from the American number 9 in her 200th cap. Martina Voss-Tecklenburg going to the bench. Looks like it'll be a change in defense. Caroline Simon onto the match for Sophia Kleinherner. Emily Fox of Racing Louisville puts it in play for the U.S. Feels like a totally different game here in the second half, doesn't it, Julie?
This one opened up, and let's hope it stays open. This has been a fun second half.
Germa going long for Morgan. Chaos for the Germans in defense. Chaos turns to calm. Still pressure from the Americans. Schult. Pop takes it off Germa. Magul. Pop, driven to the near post, headed away by Sofia Huerta. And another reminder, folks, ESPN FC is live every day of the World Cup with studio coverage in Bristol and Qatar. Episodes can be found daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+, and you can find special editions of the show on ESPN2 throughout the tournament. Also daily on ESPN+ throughout the tournament. Fútbol Americas, I should mention that.
You should mention that, Sebi.
Yeah, I am going to Qatar for 5 weeks. I should definitely mention it, right?
You should mention that over and over again, Sebi.
U.S. looking for a third. Could it be Morgan? Good effort from Catherine Hendrick to deny Morgan. A one-on-one. Anyomi. Lively performance from the German right back this evening. Forced out of bounds there by Lindsey Horan. Horan coming off a Champions League winning season with Lyon. There's going to be some players headed to the ice bath after this one. Friendly in name only, as these two great programs square off to end the calendar year.
Look back at the save when they had the 2v1 there off her line. Magul never gets it off her foot. And then on the other side, almost immediately, Germany doesn't clear. Sophia Smith putting that one top corner, Schultz not able to get anything, and then it's the Malpue with the second goal. And how quickly the tide has turned in this second half. What could have been 2-0 to the Germans, suddenly 2-1 to the United States.
We talked about what's at stake in this game. Of course, it is a friendly, but we are just 8 months from the World Cup. This U.S. team trying to regain some of that confidence, some of that swagger after 3 straight defeats. And as we've mentioned, I think ad nauseum at this point of the broadcast, a loss for the Americans would mean the first ever 4-game losing streak in program history.
And the importance of that moment if this ends up in a win and the U.S. having.
Fox for Pugh. 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 Morgan! U.S. on fire. A third seems inevitable as the Americans pour forward.
And when Pugh can find some space, she gets in behind Anyomi. This is when the field starts to open up and light up. I think that was a good decision by her. Maybe Morgan could have lifted it a little bit, put a bend on it.
Pugh to take the corner kick. 67th minute. U.S. up 2-1. Horan. Morgan. Morgan. Chopped down. Nothing from Cruz, the referee. Love to get another look at that one. Ooh, sloppy pass in the back. Morgan applying pressure. Schultz just got away with that one.
And if I'm Vlatko Andonovski, you see the success you get out of that press. I would be saying press the heck out of this team right now. A little bit rattled. Here they are again, the U.S. picking up these plays in a higher position as well.
Fox for Morgan, what a touch. Smith that found Horan. Eula Brand, the defensive intervention, another corner kick coming up for the U.S. Not quite the urgency now for the Americans to take this corner kick. Fans here in New Jersey, you can hear them. Can they roar in a third goal? Due to the near post. Little trouble for Schultz, but not much. Germany breaking the American pressure. Linda Dahlmann. Still Dahlmann. Great positioning from Huerta. Called into defensive duty here with Brown. "70 minutes down, 20 to go. U.S. hoping to close out the calendar year with a win. Head into 2023, a World Cup year with some momentum. Horan for Pugh. Morgan streaking down the left side. She's got it. Alex Morgan. Morgan! Schultz to save.
First touch just let Alex Morgan down. Took it wide, didn't hit it as she wanted to, and then she loses her angle, but Anyomi getting stuck again high, and they're having a lot of success on that left side with Anyomi getting caught out of position, and there's that first touch that just takes it away from goal rather than cutting that angle down.
Worth noting, Julie, usually in games like these, Vlatko Andonovski has predetermined subs. He told us last night there weren't really predetermined subs. There were some players on minutes that they were monitoring, but it sounds like he really wanted to win this game, right? Whatever it took in the second half is what he was going to do.
Yeah, they have their loads, their data. He had 3 players on I think they've already blown by those, honestly, those minute loads. But I go back to that Alex Morgan opportunity, and these are the ones that the U.S., to put that dagger in, to put the nail in the coffin, you've got to finish off these games with these looks. Again, against a German team that's this good, when you get as good a look as that, U.S. has got to be better in those situations.
U.S. have had a couple chances to find a third. Instead, it's still 2-1.
And again, you go back to the details, the little things, the little moments. And you know, against a team as good as Germany, as good as England and Spain, the last 3 teams they've played, those moments are going to be less frequent.
Huerta first to it. Boise, Idaho native gets the ball again. Looking deep for Morgan. Megs from Lindsey Horan. Anyomi. Big win, and now she leads the German charge. With options ahead of her, she's found one of them. Alexandra Popp. Popp. Fires it across the area. Simon. Poor pass from Magul ends that German attack. Morgan slow to get up. Julie, I know it's, and I'm saying this in air quotes, just a friendly. But how important?
There are no friendlies.
How important is
Debbie.
a win here for the United States, given everything that's happened in the last 3 games?
Come on, are you kidding me?
All the talk of winning mentality and all that. Surely this team has heard it.
Yeah, and you don't want to go down in the history books as the first and only U.S. team to lose 4 straight, even as good a teams as these 3 have been in England, Spain, and Germany. But you don't want to bear that burden, given the mentality of this U.S. team. And clearly, I think it's unrealistic now to expect that the U.S. is going to dominate at a global level like it has in the past with how good these teams are getting.
Turnover from Huerta. Chance for Germany to equalize. Sullivan racing back to defend, but it will be a corner kick for the Germans.
But when have our expectations ever matched reality, right? The reality with this team is they're supposed to win everything at all times.
It's a reality that this team set.
Yeah, and so I do like that even though the global game has clearly gotten better, Europe has gotten so much better, and so that shouldn't be the reality. The expectation is still there, and that's the DNA of this team, is that we're going to go into every tournament, we're going to win it, and that's how this team's built.
Dangerous ball here. Nair with a punch. Not sure how much of it she got. U.S., of course, your two-time defending World Cup champions. Trying to hold on here. "15 minutes to play." We've already seen some subs from Germany, none from the U.S. so far. Vlatko Ananovsky sticking with his original 11. Big moment here. Girma jumps, headed away. Second effort blocked away.
And again, Alexander Popp, number 11 for Germany. So very good in the air. A target on all of these set pieces.
Corner to the top of the area. Simon to the penalty spot. Horan's diving header away. Fox battling, turning the Germans back. Sullivan. Big defensive play in the penalty area. Another one. Andy Sullivan coming up huge. Horan wins the header. Popp in the area. Fox. Ahead for Pugh, but the Germans taking back over. Popp, one-on-one with Sauerbrunn. One-on-one. Pugh. Leaves it for Lavelle. Rose Lavelle so close to a third for the U.S.
Oh my goodness. And again, Mal Pugh with just that little deflection beats Germany. And again, 1v1, good positioning by Schultz. She doesn't bite on that first one. Gets the first save. And so close. The right idea, I think, by Rose Lavelle, trying to get it around that post.
Dahlmann dancing around Americans until Sophia Smith steps in and says that's enough. Now Huerta. U.S. going backwards, all the way back for Alyssa Nair. Her huge save, one-on-one with Lina Magull, the difference in this game. Marianela Cruz bringing this back as the Germans prepare two more changes. Entering the match, Sarah Dorsoon and Paulina Krumbiegel. It was Krumbiegel that got the game winner on Thursday in Fort Lauderdale, as the Germans beat the U.S. 2-1. ESPN FC coming your way on the opening night of the World Cup, and on ESPN2, the FC crew reacting to Qatar, Ecuador, your opener, as well as previewing the United States against Wales, which is the next day. Again, you can watch that next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. ESPN FC also available daily throughout the World Cup on ESPN+. 79th minute, Germany starting to run out of time. Sullivan. This could be trouble. Nair racing out. Half clearance falls to Hoot. Hager, the left-footed shot right at
Nair. Nair coming out for this, doesn't get as much on it as she wanted to, so she puts herself in a precarious position. Hager unable to punish Nair for that misclear. When you come off your line, expose the goal like that, you got to clear that high and wide.
Smith. Pugh. Had Morgan breaking through, but the German line holds. Couple American players warming up on the near sideline. Looks like Taylor Korniak and Kristie Mewis. Pugh laid out on the grass here at Red Bull Arena. What a second half she's had, Julie.
All over the place in the pace of her game, creating so many problems for that back line, in particular those two center backs where she's been able to nip in time and time again. And if it's not Pugh running at them, then it's Sophia Smith running at them, and it's causing a world of problems for this typically very organized German back line in this second half.
Ten minutes plus stoppage time left here in Harrison, New Jersey. Last game of 2022 for the U.S. women's national team. Hoping to go out on a high note. Fox's long ball chased down by Nuskin. Brumbiegel. Hager, the switch. Dorsoon. Driven ball to the penalty spot. Girma heads away.
And the challenge with this 11 out there for the United States right now. And here come the subs. But the challenge in these last 8 minutes, as much as it is a physical challenge, the greater challenge is the mental challenge. You saw in that Thursday night game, that switch off in the 89th minute that cost the U.S. the game. And that's one of the teachable moments they're carrying into this game against a really good team like Germany. And can you, when you're tired and those legs are hurting, can you mentally and physically carry this game in?
So it's Kristie Mewis on for Andi Sullivan. Meanwhile, Alex Morgan on her 200th cap, replaced by San Diego Wave teammate Taylor Korniak. Korniak's first touch, no surprise, a header. No surprise, it's a good one. Straight to Mallory Pugh. Pugh. Pass one, pass two, they can't handle her. Catherine Hendrick, the guilty party, she goes in the book.
And again, the German team just cannot handle the pace of Pugh. Spinning them, this time it's Hendrick. That first touch, and with two players around her, sandwiching her.
Crowd here at Red Bull Arena on their feet. They want a third. 85th minute. Pugh to serve. Korniak, the big target at the back post. Keep an eye on her. Driven to the near post. Germany clears. Just about 5 minutes to go in regulation here as we remind you ESPN's coverage of U.S. soccer is presented by Volkswagen. Turnover. Can the Americans finally find their third? Horan. Horan. Flips it across for Smith. Krumbiegel off to the races. Germany trying to hunt down a second. Darsoon the switch, Simon on it. Garmo away. Dangerous header from Huerta. Hager with a good opportunity from the top of the box, but her effort way off target. Wow, they have just announced the attendance here at Red Bull Arena. Over 26,000, Julie.
And you can hear them, it makes such a difference. Been in it all game.
The listed capacity here at Red Bull Arena is 25,000, so.
Again, you cannot overstate the importance if the U.S. can pull out this win. One, saving themselves from that dreaded fourth loss in a row to be the first ever team. But two, just what it gives you mentally as young players, the confidence and the swagger that you can play against one of the best teams, come from behind, down a goal in that moment with the pressure on their shoulders and be able to pull out this win. This would be a big one for them.
Still plenty of time for the Germans to do something about it. Krumbiegel leads the attack. In for Pop. The German attacker last to touch it. Her frustration evident.
She's wanting a penalty kick. I think that's a good no call by the referee.
Pop making her 124th international appearance for Germany. 61 goals, including 6 of them at last summer's Euros. Who knows what she would have done in that final? Who knows what this German team would have done in that final had she been available? Pugh one-on-one. That's trouble for Germany. Still Pugh across. Couldn't find Sophia Smith, but Mallory Pugh right now is torturing this German defense.
Another look, and just the space. When Mal Pugh has the space, players cannot stay with her. Trying to find Sophia Smith on that back post.
Mallory Pugh.
It's as if Malpugh is in the first 10 minutes of the game in terms of freshness, and everyone else is looking up going, wait, isn't it the 88th minute? What is going on? How is she so fresh?
Lindsey Horan limping. U.S. preparing a sub here on the near sideline. Looks like it will be Hailie Mace.
I'm going to take this moment, Sebi, just to thank some of the people who have been responsible and involved in all of the great telecasts over the last 25 plus years on ESPN. It's a long list, and I'm sorry if we missed some, but JP Delacamera, Amy Allman, Wendy Gebauer, Tony DeChico, Ian Dark, Adrian Healy, Glenn Davis, Derek Ray, Kate Markgraf, Bob Lee, Amy Rosenfeld, Chris Alexopoulos, Tim Scanlon, Jed Drake, Bill Graff, Matt Leach, Todd Koulis, Jeff Anthony, Shaw Brown, Chris Riviezzo, Paul Carr, Dave Sadlin, Bob Frateroli, Paul Drozniak, Beth Chappell, Jeff Mason, Tom McNeely, Matt Sanduli, Mac Nwulu, Gord Schmidt, Chris Allen, DC Tong. I mean, the list goes on and on that have been able to help us put these telecasts on the air, and what an honor and a pleasure it's been for that many years.
Dahlmann for Germany, tracked down by Fox. U.S. still not out of the woods, so this will help. Offside flag up on the near sideline. Minutes of stoppage time here at Red Bull Arena. Sophia Smith, the player that came off the field in favor of Hailie Mace. Mace coming off a great season with Kansas City Current, made it all the way to the final of the NWSL, where they fell to Smith's Portland Thorns. U.S. taking some of the air out of this game. It'll be Sauerbrunn for Korniak. What a target. Mace battling Simon. Magul, the switch for Hoot. Thorsun manages to keep it in bounds. That cross won't cause any problems for Alyssa Nair. The two-time World Cup champion handles comfortably. As the U.S. looks to see this match out, Vlatko Andonovski preparing what appears to be two more changes here in the final minutes. Pugh thumps it forward. Korniak pressure. She's slammed to the ground. Mace! And what's going to come of this? Nothing? Nothing? Marianela Cruz, the Costa Rican referee, has swallowed her whistle, much to the dismay of this crowd. Alma shoot well outside the area and just clobbers Korniak.
Yeah, and Korniak, brave as can be going into this, knowing if she can get something the first ball on it.
Cruz perhaps allowing advantage there with Mace having the opportunity to shoot on goal. U.S. couldn't take advantage. It's still 2-1, and so the Germans still very much in this game. Hagel, back post, Fox. Just manages to get it away. Horan, Lavelle, brave defending in midfield, and the Americans have won it.
And you look at the sequence of these last 3 games, and not the results the U.S. wants, but they're going to look at this one. If they can hold on, Sebastian, in these final minutes, and there's a lot of positives, still a ton of growth and work, as we know, and these players most importantly know and are willing to put in. But they're going to be ecstatic with the response, being down a goal, facing that 4th consecutive loss, and the way they were able to turn things around in this second half.
This game feels like a final. Should mention the USL Championship final coming up at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2, and that is the final here at Red Bull Arena. The United States, Julie, come from behind and get a massive 2-1 win.
And you can see the relief in a lot of faces, knowing what was on the line. But that was a response by the United States in the second half. Big props to that one right there, Mal Pugh. What a game for her in being responsible for much of that in the second half.
Once again, the final score from Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. In their final game of 2022, the U.S. women's national team have defeated Germany by a final score of 2-1. Coming up, National Hockey League action on ESPN. Alex Ovechkin, the 3rd most goals in NHL history. Ovi the Great, Capitals against the Lightning, next on ESPN, as the U.S. women's national team closes out 2022 with a win.